Hey guys, welcome to Stav's channel. We just went shooting. We had the opportunity to go shooting this morning and we wanted to do a little bit more comparison. Last video we shot, or 2 videos ago, we shot the 365 versus the Shield Plus. We used an extension on the 365. A lot of people commented that we didn't have it, but we had an extension on the 365 and we shot the Shield Plus with both the flush fitting magazine and the extended magazine. And we both preferred the Shield Plus. Hands down, basically. The only true benefit that we found of the 365 over the Shield Plus was its size. It's significantly smaller and will make a difference if you're concealing. But as far as shootability went, we liked the Shield Plus. So a lot of people wanted us to shoot the SIG 365 XL and the GLOCK 43X. So we did the best we could as far as getting our hands on some guns. So we have a SIG 365 XL with that longer grip and a 4-inch barrel. And then we got our hands on a GLOCK 43X with that nice long grip as well. And we were able to go to the range, and we didn't have a lot of time. We were actually real pressed for time, but we were able to shoot the Shield Plus, the GLOCK 43X, and the SIG 365 XL one after the other, side by side, and we were able to get a good comparison to kind of share with you guys.
So I shot the GLOCK the best, I'd say, out of the 3 today. It seemed to recoil less than the SIG. We decided to do kind of the same test for each of them. We did 10 shots slow fire at 30 feet from each of the guns, and we also did 5 shots at 20 feet faster. And I found that the GLOCK recoiled less than the SIG and possibly less than the Shield.
I did not find that. And this is a really good thing about shooting, and we talk about this all the time in our videos. It's so subjective. You could get into an argument with someone, and we have people make comments all the time about, no, this is better and that's better. And I say all the time, it's your hands, it's your arms, it's your eyeballs. What you might like might not be what I like or what someone else likes. So you have to get your hands on as many guns as possible and shoot them, because I did not find that the GLOCK was any softer shooting for me, and I didn't shoot it as well. I hands down, like without question, shot the SIG 365 the best today. It might have been the extra inch barrel, so shooting a 4-inch barrel, that might have had something to do with it. I really liked the flat trigger on that, and you can see it's flat and forward. I thought that it fit the pad of my finger really well, and it just made shooting easier. There's a couple things I didn't like about it, but overall, as far as accuracy, the SIG 365 shot the best for me.
I definitely like the XL more than just the original 365.
Yeah, it's a real step up for shootability. But again, with that extra shootability comes a longer grip and a longer barrel. So
it's harder to conceal.
Yeah, the balance is always there. Like for me, given my chosen careers, I don't care much about concealment at all. It doesn't really matter to me. I don't want to upset the general public when I'm off duty, but no one ever notices anything. I could probably carry a tank and no one would notice. So as far as, it's just more or less about comfort for me. And so I carry a Smith & Wesson M&P. That's my duty firearm. I don't have a choice in that. So I gravitate towards the Shield simply because it makes sense to stick with the similar gun, the similar grip angles, the similar magazine release, similar slide stop, similar triggers, similar sights. And from going from a Shield to a Smith & Wesson M&P full size or a compact, they're very, very similar. But there's a lot of other really good guns out there, and we shot a bunch of them today. And I think that if you're in the market for any one of these guns and you've narrowed it down to these 3, you're not going to make a wrong decision. And we wish we could get our hands on a Springfield Hellcat, but we can't because we live in Massachusetts. So sorry, like we'll get to it when we possibly can, but it's not an option right now. But shootability, SIG wins. Total comfort, including recoil, including reloads, including loading the magazine. I found the Smith & Wesson to be the most comfortable. And one thing I do like about the Shield Plus, and correct me if I'm wrong, I know this matters to you, is you can carry it in a few different ways. So the Shield Plus, there's a flush magazine. So I'm gonna put that in Stav's hand, and you can see that flush magazine is totally fine. She can carry that 10-round flush magazine, no problem, no issue, her finger doesn't fall off. So that gives her a smaller package when it comes to concealment. So she has 10 rounds. So you'd have to compare that to the standard 365 to get a comparison, or the standard 43, because the 43X has quite a bit longer grip. But she also has the option, or like if I was carrying it, to put in the 13 round magazine. So now that hangs off the bottom, but it allows my pinky to sit on there. So you can maximize concealability, or you can maximize shootability depending on which magazines you put in there. When you go with the SIG XL, you got your whole hand on there. My whole hand fits on there, and I actually didn't shoot this magazine hardly at all today. I shot this magazine, so that's a longer magazine, and that gave me really good shootability, but now that might make it slightly harder to conceal. So you can see how, you know, one of them may or may not affect the other. Again, I think it's all a wash. It's all preference. You can't make a wrong decision between these guys.
There wasn't enough difference between them for me to decide to switch to another gun from the Shield. They all were pretty similar, and also we only shot 15 rounds out of each. So I think we'd have to shoot a lot more to really say, like, this one's a lot better and I don't like this one as much. They were all pretty similar. So just so you can see the size difference here, Mac was talking about how it would be a little more difficult to conceal the XL than the Shield, just because the barrel's a little bit longer. But I think that, you know, you can always figure out a way to carry a gun that you like to shoot.
The way that I carry barrel length really has nothing to do with concealment on my body, because I carry an outside the waistband pancake or belt slide holster all the time. So having an extra inch barrel does nothing. It just goes down my leg, so it doesn't matter. But the way that Stav carries with a lot of her belly bands and what are the other things you call it?
Corset?
Corset holster, like barrel length really matters. And if you're an appendix person, barrel length does matter. So I like the front serrations on both the 365 and the Glock better than the I think I kind of want to be front serrations on the Shield. I think Smith & Wesson wanted to just be able to market that they have front serrations, but they don't. They don't really have front serrations. The front serrations, I actually like front serrations. I use them. And the SIG, I don't know. I'll have to ask my buddy. I think these are just standard sights. I like the sights. Like, way to go, SIG. You did a better job than Smith & Wesson with your sights, hands down. Glock, those are night sights. I know that those aren't stock. Those sights are just fine. My biggest complaint about the SIG is that magazine changes are still bad. They are still not good. I cannot get that magazine to drop cleanly and fast. I don't like the way that magazine release works. The Smith & Wesson is a much better magazine release, and the Glock is a much better magazine release. So do reloads really matter? Probably not, but they may matter to you. They do matter to me. If you don't care, if you know you can run 12 rounds or 15 rounds in the gun, maybe you don't care about reloading at all. Very different triggers across the board. Like, they're not even close. The Glock is your standard Glock trigger. The Smith with that flat face, that new Shield Plus trigger, was a very different feel than what I'm used to with my other Shield, with my 4-inch barrel Shield, which would be nice to shoot my 4-inch barrel Shield up against this 4-inch SIG. I'd like to do that at some point and see, because that 4-inch Shield really is a nail driver. I think that if you are in the market for any one of these three guns, go and shoot them and choose the best one for you, but you will not make a wrong decision if you go in between these three.
So that was just a quick overview on our initial thoughts comparing these three guns. We hope you guys liked this video and found it helpful, and we'll see you in the next one. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Stay safe. Bye.